Welcome back to the ONJ YouTube channel slash podcast. I'm Coach Jeremiah.
I'm your co-host Orlando.
All right, we've got a good game. Uh Miami Heat versus Suns. Um Give and take battle. Back and forth. Heat get the win at home, 127 to 121. Uh, you know how we start. Who's your guy? Who's your guy for the game?
Player of the game, um, Bam Adebayo. I mean, efficient, 11 of 15, 4 of 6 from three-pointer.
That's what impressed me the most, yeah.
That was the impressive part. That at the end, when they needed somebody to step up and kind of bring them, because let's remember at the beginning of the game they had like a 20-point lead, completely lost it, and then they
Mm-hmm.
had to come right back up to try to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Bam Adebayo was the one that stood up and was just like knocking down threes like back to back. I was like, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
this is crazy right now. So
Yeah.
gotta give it to Bam for that.
I feel like you could go multiple ways. I thought just overall though, um, I thought Jaime Jaquez he had a great game.
Yeah,
It just seemed like he made a lot of timely plays. Um, he was a great ball handler, especially with Davion Mitchell going down in the third quarter. That was tough. He was having such a great game,
yeah. I think
too.
that was a big hit to the Heat, honestly, them losing him in that third quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, you could see too, because I mean, once he went down, they tried to go with Drew Smith a little bit, but I saw like there were a couple times where he lost the ball, so I think kind of Spoelstra probably just went with Hami at the point guard pretty much full time for I guess most of the rest of the game, and I mean he did well. He competed on defensive end. He had and he also facilitated 16 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, pretty much a Jaime Jaquez game. I don't really know what his bag is, but it's like he just like I figure like his bag is just like get to it. Like you know what I mean? Like just get the job done. Whether it's what I mean breaking down defender or just getting to the basket at will. Like I feel like he could get to the basket like at any point that you want. Like he's not afraid to be physical, and you love that. So I mean, to have that, to be able to have an option like that, especially if your starting point guard goes down, for him to step into that role, was pretty good and much needed, for them to get the win tonight.
Yeah, Jaime Jaquez has been a great draft pick by the Heat. I mean, he's such a veteran, the way he
Sure.
plays and the way he takes over the game and then he could control the game, make the right plays. So I think I think he was a great pickup by the Heat, in that draft class when they got him.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it did look kind of questionable because I think like he is one of those. I believe he was one of those like one of those older players. I know he did it.
Yep.
I know, yeah, because he did. Yeah, he played all 4 years of college, right? So you don't really hear too much about like I'm sure you don't really see like hear about those type of prospects too much going into the draft, just because they're always, the seems focus seems to always be on, first and second year players. This, I guess, because maybe from a long term development type of perspective. But I mean, to have somebody like him, like Hami, whose game is pretty much polished, coming into the league, and I mean, and seems to be a great match in Miami. It's great to see. It's great to see him have success. But yeah, I mean, they just competed. They did what they had to do, like you said. 20-point lead. You definitely don't want to give those up. But I mean, this is the NBA, so I mean, one of the top leagues in the world, some of the best players. So you're bound to get some competition, especially from a Phoenix Suns team. With featuring Devin Booker, who I mean didn't shoot the ball the best. Went down with an injury after trying to pretty much trying to contest the layup. I guess I don't know what was it. What was it like his foot or something? Or I don't know if he sprained his foot.
Foot, ankle, something like that. I think it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, it looked like something. So glad but it was good to see him come back into the game and still compete to try to, get that win. Grayson Allen, he started out the game pretty strong, 11 points. I thought he had a pretty good game for the Suns. He probably would have been player of the game if they ended up getting the dub, but I thought he had a great game overall. And him and Booker, they look good together, in the backcourt. Especially just I love the two-man action they're able to kind of play with. I saw like it was one play I loved when it was basically like a pick and roll, but the- kind of you know you have an option. So Grayson sets the screen, he kind of spreads to like maybe I guess the wing or the like the pretty much the wing, right? But as the defense are trying to adjust with the switch, Booker drives, so he's able to read that, like, if Grayson Allen's defender helps, you know what I mean. That's a three, you know what I mean? Because I mean Grayson Allen, what 40% 3-point shooter, I'm sure, something like that. So I think that type of connection that they had over the game, and I mean Jason, just Grayson's ability to space the floor, was pretty impressive, as well. I have a question though for you though. Like, what was your thoughts? Now, I mean, and I did say already, like he didn't really shoot the ball the best, right? But just, no more Chris Paul, right? Like essentially no really true point guard, you know what I mean? For Devin Booker to play with. So he's kind of assumed that role. Like, do you like seeing him in that role? Like, just from watching this game and some of the film, like some of the other film like you've seen on Blake, just watching him today. You know what I mean? Finished with 9 assists, 9 rebounds. So like just watching him today, like what was your thoughts in seeing him in that type of different role where I mean he is the offense, you know what I mean? Like yes, he's usually a first option scorer, but now he's pretty much the first option playmaker. Like what's your thoughts in seeing him in that role?
Well, now let's remember, I don't think that him being at the point guard is necessarily a new role for him. I think when you look back, he was playing point guard when they had Bradley Beal. Probably like six
Right.
games that he played.
Right.
Um, so I mean,
You're
it's
tired
not
of Bradley Beal.
it's not a new position. And now, while I don't see many like Suns games previously, I believe in the past he has like even previous to that. I think they were kind of molding him to take more of those point guard duties or those primary ball handler duties. So I don't think it's anything new for him. The question really is, do we feel like him being in that position is really maximizing who he can be, or him being at the shooting guard will probably suit him more better, because he could, focus more on the scoring aspect. I think that's the real question we have to ask.
Well,
What do
let's
you think?
answer it right now. What
What do
what
you
what
think?
what you so which position maximizes him more,
Yep.
essentially? I ain't gonna lie. I like him in this position. To be honest, I thought he looked good. Um I mean, yes, more of the offensive, load is on him now just because, I mean, you're already like your job's to score, but now your job is to kind of, just make the right play for your team. But I thought he did well. And I just I like the ball in his hands only because just the threat that he is as a scorer. So, and I mean, I feel like he's smart enough to where he can make the right basketball play if he has to. Now, yes, he can score at real if he wants, but just for the defense to kind of have to react to him and kind of respect his ability to score, I think that could kind of open the floor for, what I mean, other players around him, especially if you have like shooters around him and, what I mean, and even like a big like Mark Williams, like I know there was a play. I mean, it wasn't really a lot of playmaking, but like there was a play I believe Booker was like, I think he was like tiptoeing on the baseline, just trying to dribble and not fall out of bounds, but I mean, he was getting doubled in the paint, but he made the right he dished it to Mark Williams, for an easy layup. So I mean, he's capable of making that play. So I think I like it though. I like it just because just uh I mean he's just able to, keep the defense honest and having the ball in his hands I think is good for the squad and it's probably and I'm pretty sure and pretty comfortable it's probably a good reason why, Dylan Brooks is having, such a great year just because of the spacing that, Booker is able to create just with the ball in his hands.
Well, I do agree. I
Hmm.
still want them to get like a nice little point guard.
Yeah, it wouldn't
Just
hurt.
because I do want to see a little bit more times where he could focus on being that shooting guard that he used to be. Um, well, he's doing great in the role that he's in. I think it'll be, you know, to maximize him more. Just having moments where he could be that shooting guard and give some of that load off to somebody else to be the playmaker. I think would be more beneficial to the Suns. Um, than just focusing. Honestly, I feel like he's the only point guard, quote unquote,
Oh, yes,
that they
he
have.
is.
So it'd be beneficial for him to have somebody else, to come take that load off of him.
It's the fact. It's the fact you saying he's the only point guard and he's not even a point guard.
Exactly.
That's the crazy
Exactly.
part.
That's why I said quote unquote point guard.
But yeah, I mean, and they are missing, another, great scorer in Jalen Green as well. I'm not sure what his injury is, but I know he's enjoying those home cooked meals. But I mean, yeah, once he gets back as well, that'll be some extra. He's been out a lot of games too. I think he's only played 2 games this year. So
Oh wow.
that's a bit concerning. But I mean, once they get him back healthy, I think they'll be all right. Especially once they get Jalen Green back as well. I think that'll definitely alleviate some of the load as well. But yeah, I wouldn't mind. I mean, wouldn't hurt to have, a playmaker come off the bench, for, maybe 10, 15 minutes. I think that'll be wouldn't hurt the squad for sure.
How do you feel about the Suns exceeding expectations so far? Because I don't think anybody expected the Suns to be as high as they are right now. Um, Positive in the win column. I think they're seventh right now in the West. Most people had
I
them
think
like
6 right now. But yeah,
six,
6, 7.
six, seven. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, here we go. Um, so how do you feel about this? What do you think it might be? One, how do you feel about it, and what do you think has contributed the most to them being where they are right now, based on what you?
Um, I would say, well, to answer your first question, it's dope. It's dope to see. You love to see, underdogs kind of exceed expectations, especially teams you don't really expect to be that good, you know what I mean? So that's always great to see. What it is that's contributing, I ain't gonna lie. I was looking at their lineup today. Their starting lineup, actually. And this is without Grayson Allen, right? So I guess you just replace Grayson Allen with Gillespie. That was pretty much the lineup they kind of went with the most of the game. But it's a great mixture, even without Jalen Green, hurt. But I just love the look of it, right? You've got like 2 guys, 2 great wing defenders, right? You've got a legit center, you know what I mean? That's healthy, double double threat, protect the rim, just do what bigs do. You know what I mean? Protect the rim, hit close shots, what I mean? That like control the paint. So you have that role. You have a guy who kind of gives your lineup an edge, and also you saw Devin Booker as well. Him and Larson going back and forth, him like kind of, like tough, like trying to out tough Larson, like so you love that, especially from your best player. Um, and then you got some shooting, right? Dylan Brooks can shoot the ball. I mean, Royce O'Neal, he low key shot them out the game. To be honest, I mean, I didn't see too many, and him and I don't want to say just him. I mean, they lost, but and Andrew Wiggins can buy a bucket either. I mean, it was tough. That was tough to watch both of those players, miss a lot of those shots, especially Andrew Wiggins, who's like a great scorer. But yeah, I think Royce O'Neal was probably a big part of them losing the game. Just I mean, 3 for 10 is not going to cut it, especially on the road as well. So, but yeah, I just love their mixture of just scoring, but then also guys that can defend and compete. So I think that's probably contributing a lot. You know what I mean? And also just book taking that next step. You know what I mean? Like I'm not just a scorer. Like I can lead this team offensively and you know what I mean, and get the job done. What you got?
I'm gonna take that question to another step.
Okay, go for it.
So this is something I was thinking of throughout the game. Do you think Dylan Brooks is a player that you can insert him on the team and he instantly elevates the team?
Yes.
Now, to give you my thoughts on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he was with the Grizzlies, we saw the Grizzlies were like the second seed. The Grizzlies said, "We want nothing to do with you," and did not re-sign him. And the Grizzlies have been going downhill. He goes to the Rockets. We're not doing that great. We're pretty much at the bottom. And he kind of elevated them to where I think they were at a point they were playoff contenders. He comes
Mm-hmm.
here to the Suns. Expectations were very low, and they're right here in the playoffs. So I think everywhere he's been so far, he's kind of elevated them to be higher than the expectations that people had for any team that he's been on.
You need to be on his marketing team, bro. That was good. That was good
That's
stuff.
crazy.
That
That's crazy.
that was that was
I
good
think.
stuff.
I mean, when you
No, I'm sure
analyze
he
it
would
like that,
appreciate that.
when you
I'm sh-
analyze it like that, he's been doing good. I mean, the whole him trying to fight LeBron thing kind of really messed up his PR. That was bad with
mm,
the Grizzlies.
that's who he is. That's who he is. Like Draymond Green's about to probably. I mean, I don't want to wish that on him, but I mean, probably gonna retire at some point. You know what I mean? So somebody's got to be a bad guy. You know what I mean? Somebody has to be the bad guy. You know what I mean?
But
And he doesn't mind doing it.
that serious because he almost started like what, two fights during the game. Um,
Exactly.
and then during the game, that that last foul, like flagrant foul that he took at the end, I I just don't get that one. Like he shot, he knew it wasn't going in, so his mind was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm taking this guy down with me. He just grabbed him, and I'm like, bro, like,
Are you talking about the technical foul he had?
no, the flagrant towards the end. He shot a
Dang.
three. His three was missing, and I think Andrew Wiggins was guarding him, and as he
Uh-huh.
was going down, he kind of grabbed his hand and brought him down with him.
Ah, yeah.
He got a flagrant one for that one, I think it was.
Because he had a flagrant, I mean, a tech earlier. He
He
must
has a
have that
flagrant.
must say he must have got ejected then.
No, he didn't get ejected, honestly. Because it was a flagrant one, not a flagrant two. That's what they were talking about. If they would have given him a tech, another tech, he would have had two and got ejected. Instead, they gave him a flagrant one, which
Oh,
gave the Heat two free throws, and then
okay.
he got to stay in the game.
Flagrant is under flagrant. So flagrant is yeah, flagrant is under slightly
Yeah,
under a
flagrant
tech.
one. If he would have got I think you're thinking of flagrant two, which is
Flagrant
where
too.
he gets ejected.
That's what I was thinking. Because I know he had the one against Norman Powell. Well, I didn't really see him. I mean, it was I don't know. Maybe he said something to him, but yeah, I didn't. It seemed like a
It
regular
was
play, but
like the whole team wanted to fight this whole entire game. Like every time I looked at the screen, it was like, "We're pausing the play. We gotta review this play." And then they're the whole team's bickering back and forth. I'm like, guys, come on now.
nah. But I mean, I'm sure his agent will love everything that you said. Keep them checks rolling in. Uh,
Give me a two
but
percent commission if his agent's listening.
that's it, bro. Come on, bro.
You
Up it
see,
a little
I'm
bit,
cheap.
bro.
I'm the cheapest one you're gonna
Up
find.
it,
You know,
up it a little
I'm the
bit. Come
I'm
on.
the cheapest one you're gonna find. Bro, let me get my foot in the door cheaply, and then we'll raise up the prices.
Um, but yeah, that's 5%. But like, you know what I mean? I think no, you're right. He does. I mean, what was it? One time it's just an occurrence, two times it's a coincidence, and then three, like it's more than a coincidence. Like, you know what I mean? So
Pattern to
you name
habit.
three different squads. Oh, what happened?
No, I'm just saying to pattern into habit. They used to
Something.
do it.
You name three different squads and three different squads that he's won at. So yeah, he definitely does impact winning. And I think it's more so from a just a culture. He seems like to be like a culture guy. You know what I mean? And like coaching guy and Dylan Brooks may sound wild, you know what I mean, from all the antics he pulls. But like, I mean, I think you just kind of you need that though. You need somebody like on the squad that's just got like a couple screws loose, you know what I mean? But can hoop though. But like can hoop at the same time. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're always locked in. Like, you know what I mean? They're gonna find like he's one of those guys like he's gonna try to find some type of competitive advantage. Whether it's like trying to psych out, you know what I mean, the other team's best player, you know what I mean? To even be considered having a like any type of rivalry with LeBron, I mean you're doing something. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say you're doing something right, you're doing something wrong, but you're doing something.
They're doing something for sure.
You're doing something. So I mean, for him to, not only have like be in that type of light, but also kind of embrace it, you know what I mean? He'll definitely always have it. I feel like as long as he's playing, he'll always have a job in the NBA just because, I mean, like you just said, I mean, he's pretty much won everywhere he's went and impacted winning. And and it was interesting too, because I mean, and maybe JJ Redick knew this too, because I remember when he was that's crazy. When he was on his pod, that's wild. Don't see it, and now he's a head coach. Crazy. But like when he was talking about Dylan Brooks too, like when it was free agency time and like how he was gonna command a lot of money. And then I was like kind of iffy on it too. I mean, but he seemed for sure. But then I was kind of iffy on it because I'm like Dylan Brooks. Like, why would they pay him on like all of this? But then, I mean, everything you just explained, and then you look at him play like this year, like he's averaging a career high. You know, what I mean, 21 points a game. You know what I mean? Jalen Green's out of the picture. You know, what I mean, he's only played 2 games this year so far, but Dylan Brooks has stepped his offensive game up, and he took his days back to Oregon. You know what I mean? Like where he was kind of a go-to scorer. I mean, he's had years in Memphis where he's averaged 17, so he's capable of scoring. But what I mean, for him to keep that up, averaging over 24 thus far over 33 games, it's pretty good. And I mean, and plus a willing defender, you know what I mean? And then willing, but then also like just also, you know, being able to play his little antics and what I mean, try to just find any way to just throw the team off. You know what I mean? And just do anything. So I mean, that's definitely somebody and it's like one of those things, like what I mean, it's like one of those sayings, you don't want to play against them. I mean, you don't want to play against them, but you would love to play with them, like type of guys. Seems like it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Because they just retire you too at this point. Like, it ain't just me.
No, I mean, he's great. Yeah, I mean, and I think that's they just I love their lineup. I mean, to kind of go back to your question, like I just love their lineup. They have a very complete top. Their top, so what am I say? Probably seven, maybe. Yeah, their top seven should be like their top seven is pretty legit. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty complete, and it's not a bunch of guys that's like gonna like a bunch of big names, but it's guys who know how to play basketball, and you know what I mean, but can you know what I mean, but also hoop at the same time. Like so, I mean, it's I like the squad.
So you mean like not a lineup full of big names like Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant?
Oh wow, you going there? So what we doing?
That lineup never worked. I mean, lineup also
Hey,
never got to play together except for like 5 games. But
right? And Bradley Bill's really out of the really out for the season, I think.
yeah,
And that's tough. That's super tough. But
talking
yeah, I
about
mean, mhm.
talking about somebody, we talked about how Bradley Beal played 6 games. Um, Another player who only played 6 games, Anthony Davis.
Mm.
I don't know if you saw it. I'm gonna bring it up now before I forget it. There was reports, he's out with I think a hand injury. Um, there's reports that he's not going to go to surgery. I think he got a second opinion, and the second opinion doctor said he didn't need surgery. He's gonna get reevaluated in 6 weeks. But I think there was a report from Shams after that saying that the Dallas Mavericks have now um, revamped the talks about trying to trade Anthony Davis. Because if he doesn't get surgery, there's a possibility he might be back by playoff time. So now they're ramping up to see if a team will take Anthony Davis before the trade deadline or not. How do you feel about that, Mr. Anthony Davis, Mr. Glass himself?
uh, that's a lot to unpack. Um, that's a whole lot to unpack. So he's not getting the surgery.
He's not.
Okay, so he's not getting the surgery, so he
He,
can be back by playoffs.
he's gonna
And
try to
that's
naturally heal it, I think. Like, just wait it out, do I guess hand movements or whatever.
and that's supposed to make teams want to trade for him.
I don't know. I think with a surgery, it's a longer. From
Yeah,
how I understood it, if it required surgery, it would have been like it would have seen it as a bigger injury because it needed a whole surgery. But
right.
from him getting that second opinion and the doctor telling him you don't need surgery or probably heal by yourself before playoff, I think I feel like it's a sign that his hand injury is less severe than what was originally expected.
Okay, gotcha. So it's not like that bad to where he, yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't think a team takes that risk. I mean, why would you? I don't.
I don't know if the Mavericks took that risk and traded Luke over.
Yeah, that trade is looking worse, worse and worse. I mean, you hear like stuff around it, like, I mean, of course, maybe they didn't want to trade him, you know what I mean? But maybe it was another call, you know what I mean? But it happened though. And we're here. Uh, I mean, I'm not surprised. Like, I don't know.
You're at
It
a loss for
sucks.
what that's all I'm getting from this.
Like you hope, okay, you traded away your franchise player for I mean, a guy that always gets clowned for, not being healthy. You know what I mean? I guess you hope that he's able to stay healthy for you. I don't know. You know what I mean? You hope he stays healthy for you. Um, you know what I
Hope so
mean? And
too.
he's a top five guy in the league, if he's healthy. But top five,
Mostly
top 10, top 15, whatever you want to say. But when healthy. When healthy. When healthy.
6 games, 7 man.
Oh. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
You don't trade Luca though. Like you just don't. Like like it was you know what I mean? You had Mark Aguirre, you had Dirk, you then you had Luca. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, you took a couple years after Dirk retired to figure out who was next, but then you
did
draft
he
the
know?
I don't know.
I don't
Was it
think
that
they did.
close?
'Cause Luca played with Dirk.
He did.
Yeah, they had a year
He,
together before Dirk retired.
Dirk played. Dirk played till the wheels till the wheels fell off. Sheesh. Sheesh Louise.
Yeah,
Okay.
they
I
never
stand
had to go
corrected.
through like that crazy like rebuild all the star. Honestly,
His last season was 2019. So I believe, yeah, you're right. I believe you're
yeah,
right.
Luca got drafted 20. What is it? 18, I think.
Yeah, probably 19 to 18, maybe. Ain't wait, I don't know. He been in the league that long?
Luca got.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Luca was 2018 draft.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So yeah, Dirk's last year was his rookie year. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There we go.
Yeah. Um, yeah, you just don't trade that away. I mean, everybody knows that though. It had to be something else like outside of basketball for you to trade Luca, but I mean, I guess you get Anthony Davis, you get Max Christie, you got Cooper Flag out of it. Um,
A miracle.
you know, um, but oh, and I was thinking about this earlier. The only thing, that concerns me about this whole situation is the expectations on Cooper Flag. You know what I mean? Because inherently, this is going to affect him, essentially, right? Because you kind of already knew Anthony Davis was going to be Anthony, and it sucks. I'm sure there's probably a population. I mean, I hope not, but I'm sure there's a population of NBA fans just like, when's he going to get injured again? Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, there's a pretty big population.
Like, when okay, like we're just waiting. Like you seeing him hoop, like you know what I mean. He'll have like 20, 25, whatever. All right, that's all cool. That's all cute. But when are you gonna get hurt again? Like you know what I mean. So, and I think like all of this is gonna raise the expectations of Cooper Flag. Like I feel like he has to average a triple double, like in order for this trade to like be something. Like because I mean the expectations on him are gonna be unrealistic. You know what I mean? Because Anthony Davis isn't healthy, right? So I mean, you said estimated playoffs. He if he doesn't get the surgery, so maybe playoff, and that's a maybe. You know what I mean? So maybe the playoffs. So you need like Cooper Flag to kind of he's got to play. I mean, out of his mind. And I mean, I'm sure he's built for it. You know what I mean? But you're the number one pick. You know what I mean? And you come into a horrible situation where where the team's franchise player is traded away, and you gotta kind of, and essentially you may have to like step into that role, especially with Anthony Davis, like being out. So, yeah, I feel like it's the expectations on him are gonna be like super high, just because, I mean, like he's pretty much the final trade, the other like high marquee trade piece. You know what I mean? Like in terms of, because I mean Anthony Davis. I mean, I don't think there were really any expectations for Max Christie. I may be wrong. I don't know, but I mean, with him being the number one pick, I feel like he's definitely. I feel like the expectation is probably going to be there.
Oh, would they really be there?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just. What do you
I
think?
mean, at the end of the day, he's still like a rookie.
Right.
He'll be a second year. So I mean, if anything, this just looks worse on Anthony Davis because he got traded for Luka and then didn't stay up. Also, fun fact, or not fun fact, something I also realized that Luka and Trey Young got traded for each other. Now they're also got traded from those teams. So something interesting.
That is interesting. That is very interesting.
So I guess
Yeah.
neither team won that Luka for Trey Young trade. They
Hmm,
both got traded from the teams.
that's a good point. That's a very good point, actually. Hey, who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
You would think that, and the way that they kind of perform with their team, well, with their former teams, seem like they would be like franchise, like forever, like retire. You know what I mean? In those jerseys, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So like so I mean, of course you retire Trey Young's jersey. I mean, that's a given. Um, but Mavs, even though Luca played 7 seasons, you still retire his jersey, right? Like 77 is iconic. Like that's iconic.
Um,
Like
depends who the owner is.
depends who the owner- Really?
I don't know. You think Luca still likes the owner though?
I don't know.
Being
Is
that's
it
how
about
the
the
owner.
owner or is it about respect? Oh, what happened?
Huh? Say it again.
Is it about the owner or is it about respect? Like just respecting his crap, like his like
But
what he did for the organization.
it'd be one of those things where like, let's say the owner is, we'll say like, will retire your jersey. There has to be a sense of betrayal that Luca still feels to, the owner being like, yeah, you could trade Luca away. I think that's where I'm looking at from. That if you're Luca, do you still want your jersey retired if it's the same owner? Because there's the person that betrayed your trust, and traded you away from the place you wanted to be at.
I mean, what do you hear players always say? It's a business. I mean, this part of the business was really tough because I mean, you got a top five player and you just giving them away for like a potential top five player when when at his maximum health. You know what I mean? Uh, so that's like a lot of externalities into that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't think it should be a problem. I mean, if they retire his jersey, like, I mean, he could show up. You know what I mean? That'll be that'll be good. I mean, you did work. You know, what I mean, you did work in that uniform. So why not? No, I mean, let them reward you with you know a nice jersey retirement.
Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, nah. But yeah, shout out to the Miami Heat. Uh, great win. Um, had your lead. But you fought and fought back in and and you kept it. And got the win. Got the win when it matters. Um, shout out to Dallas. You know, Cowboys. Um,
Okay.
yeah, that Prescott, George Pickens, all them boys. Yeah, hopefully Jerry Jones don't trade them away too.
It's tough being a Dallas fan.
Yeah, shout out to Dallas. Wings. Paige Beckers. She's doing work over there, bro. She is doing work. They just got the USF coach. He's over there too. Go Bulls.
Man, go
Um
Bulls.
go Bulls. But yeah. Yeah, shout out to Dallas. Clark. The greatest one of the great Colts
Go,
tight
you can
ends.
keep going.
One of the great Colts tight ends. Um shout out to the Colts. What a season. Lord, start out 8-0, 7-0, and then just, down, down. But yeah, shout out Dallas.
Okay. Uh,
Dallas Austin, great music, bro. What a great producer. Dallas Austin, bro. I don't want no scrubs. A scrub is a guy that can't. Yeah, bro. I don't know if he made that song, but I know he has some affiliation with TLC. But yeah, Dallas
well,
Austin,
okay.
great producer. But yeah. Uh, you got anything else? I mean,
You got any more Dallas you want to shout out? Oh, he
that's
thinking.
all I got. That's all I got.
Okay, okay. That's all I got there.
All right. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Um, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Great win for the Heat. Um, Mavs keep fighting. You know, um, I'm sure another Luca will come. In another 100 years or so. Um, he's on the way.
Mhm.
Just,
Okay.
just, just, just.
Shout out to the Heat for the win, man.
Yeah,
Hopefully, hopefully Mitchell gets better. I think
oh yeah,
I,
please. Playing
please.
so good.
He was playing so good. Yeah.
Playing so
Yeah.
good. Like he's
It'll be
tough.
a huge loss for the Heat.
Yeah, Gillespie could not hold him. Yeah, he was taking Gillespie to that rim, to that rack.
Yeah.
He's a strong guard. I mean, he's not afraid to like, yo,
Davion, Davion
move out my
Mitchell has
way.
really improved. Because I
Yes.
remember when he was with the Kings and he was like just pure defense. He couldn't do anything else. And now I see he really developed his game. So shout out for all that development.
Like you see him, like he utilizes that mid range. You know what I mean? Like he's such a good driver of the ball, but hey, if he sees any type of like, you know what I mean, like he sees the defender retreating, hey, I'm gonna stop for that, pull up jumper. But yeah, nah, he played a great game in only 19 minutes. But nah, yeah, he's gonna be good. Yeah. But yeah, great game. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, comment. Your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the Mavs season and the injury. Well, not season. Well, yeah, I think it is season. With AD. Hopefully he's back for the playoffs. Just your thoughts on that. Your thoughts on the trade, the Luka trade. Just yeah.
Your thoughts on all the Dallas people?
Yeah. Any Dallas items you got, you know? Yeah, just drop them. All right.
Facts.
Catch you in the next episode. We out.
We out.